Hello, everybody, and thank you so much for being here today. My name is Jonah from Spotlight, and today we are going to be talking everything sales page. Your sales page is so vital in the many elements that are involved in a customer's path from discovering your brand to engaging with your brand to finally looking and being interested with your products all the way to actually buying. And the sales page is one of those critical last stops a customer makes on their way to buying your products. So, we're going to talk about all the ways you can maximize your sales page, make sure that it is clearly communicating the value you have worked so hard to create in your courses or coaching products or anything like that. So, we're going to be diving into all of that in just a minute. But before we do, hop into the comments. Let me know you're here. Let me know where you're tuning in from, something you're excited to learn. If you've been at any past Spotlight events or if this is your first one. And I will note as well that today we are going to be getting into a lot of elements, just brushing the surface. And if you want to learn anything more, go check out the Spotlight by Teachable YouTube channel. We have been building events around all of the many challenges associated with taking your business online and making sure to give you actionable, clear resources, tools, and strategies you can employ to make sure that you're not wasting any of that valuable time you get in between the day job and building your many different side hustles, taking care of the family, all those things we do. That little time we get to build our business, we want to make sure we are using it right. So, go check out the Spotlight by Teachable YouTube channel if you're having fun at any time or learning anything throughout this event. Like and subscribe to the channel, turn the notifications on so you get notified about future events. And I'll point them out throughout the event, but also make sure to check out all the additional resources linked in the description. There's a PDF on how to sell your online course with tons of information from selling a course to social media to email marketing, all of those many things. And there is also a content calendar and strategy grid to make sure that your social media game is on lock. And especially relevant to today's event, there is a sales page formula PDF I built. So if you're following along, but you don't have time to take screenshots or watch the replay, there will be a replay of this event. Don't fret. I put everything that's on the slides today into an easy to read PDF with the formula and examples so you can make sure to get your sales page game on lock. Got a few people tuning in here. We got Molly Peebles. Nice to have you here, Molly. Angela Sidlow. Sorry if I mispronounced that. Learn how to get my sales page to convert. That's what we're talking about. Greetings from Oregon, CS Renewal. Nice to see you back again. And Cameron, hello. Yeah, sales page, here we come. Amy is saying, yo, I'm in DC. I have made 3 sales, but I know my sales page could be stronger. I kind of feel like I am too close to it to view it critically, though. Oh, this is such a good point to bring up right off the bat. I'm going to use that to lead into kind of an introduction here. It is really difficult as a creator to wear the many different hats that you need to when you're building your business on your own. Down the line, when you're more successful, when you make more money, you can have employees and hire contractors to help you out with these things. And in many cases, a lot of the value in doing that is just having another opinion, another set of eyes, someone who didn't pour their heart and soul into the curriculum and building the product, who can give you an honest opinion. So that is so valuable when you get to that point, and we can use our friends and families and maybe selective students, call them out to help us with those things. But until then, we have to do our best to take off one hat, put on a different hat, and be able to play all of those roles on our own when we are independent businesses relying on our own individual skills and abilities to do all of these things. So I invite you right now, coming in, talking about sales pages, take off the creator hat, Take all the information, all that stuff you know about your course or your coaching products, take it with you. You understand all of that, but take that emotional attachment you have to it, set it aside for a minute. And when we talk about sales pages, do your best to put yourself in a student's shoes. It's all about communicating value. You know your products are valuable. They came from a powerful point. Either you've been through the transformation you're trying to help other people go through, or you've helped other people through it. You know that it is a powerful transformation and you want to make that available to other people. The key to selling that transformation is being able to clearly and efficiently communicate that transformation and how the product you've built facilitates it. So, right off the bat, a couple buzzwords here, right? Benefits and transformation. These are the things we want to focus on in every aspect of our marketing mechanism because the reality is people just don't buy features in most cases. If I'm looking to buy a new car and I'm intrigued by a Tesla or a BMW or a Ferrari, yes, I do like the big screen in the Tesla. I like the folding top on the BMW. I like the way the Ferrari looks, but more than anything, what I'm buying, whether I know it or not as a customer, what I'm buying is who I think I will be if I have that product, right? That's what people buy. You are someone, you want to be a better, different, more able, more powerful version of yourself. And we buy things because we believe or because they do help us achieve that goal of becoming that person. So that is at the root of everything we're going to talk about today. And it's also at the root of everything in building a successful marketing platform. And you may have a little bit, a lot of people we found here at Spotlight talking to creators, working with creators of all sizes. A lot of people have a little bit of a sour taste in their mouth when it comes to finally selling their products. You may build an incredible, powerful product, but when it comes to selling it, we've all had a bad experience with a salesperson in the past. There's the classic trope of the door to door salesman selling snake oil or the car salesman pushing a car you never asked for on you. And we usually walk into selling just really not wanting to be that person, but often end up in a place where we start selling our products with a very wishy washy, like maybe, hey, if you're kind of interested, I think this might be a good idea approach. But that lack of confidence communicates through to your audience, to your customer, and ultimately is an inhibitor for them to actually make the choice to buy. Because a customer, if they're spending their hard earned money or time, and even if it's a free product, but you're asking for a time investment, they're spending that money or time on your product. And if you're not confident and don't appear confident in the transformation that you are facilitating, then they're not going to be confident either. So we tackle all of this and targeting this emotional root, the real power of selling by using transformation and benefits. Benefits are all those little things that a person gets out of your product that make up the transformation, right? So just some upfront ideas for us to keep in our head, let them float around, hop in the comments, let me know if it's starting to resonate, and we're going to dive into this. I want to say this event serves two purposes before we start off. One, if you haven't built a sales page yet and you don't have a product released yet, but you're interested, you're excited, you're here, good for you doing that, and you want to learn how, this is going to be a fantastic event for you. Between the event itself and the sales page formula PDF that we've linked, this is a template, and the formula I'm going to give you just works. So please use it. Use it for all that is holy. Use it. It is so powerful. And if you already have sales pages, like some of the people already in the comments, use this formula and these templates and these tools to audit your existing sales page. Ultimately, a sales page is going to be a living document. It's going to change over time. You're always going to refine it. You should come back to a sales page before every launch or every new sale, reevaluate it, and make sure that it is serving all of the purposes of communicating the value of that transformation. All that's it. Let's dive in. So, really, everything we're talking about today is copywriting. It's about copy. If you don't know what copy is, it is just an industry word for the word, the language, the whether it's written or vocalized, whether it's video scripts or it's Instagram captions or it is the text on your sales page. Copy is all about communication, and it's anywhere where we use the written or spoken language to communicate. That is copy. And one of the primary ways we do this is within email. So I have some stats here that are very email related, but since email is a text based format, it serves so much to prove the value of copy. So your sales page is going to be its own thing, but you're going to point to it with your emails. You're going to use the copy you create for your sales page in your emails or promotional social media and all of that. And the reason the copy is so important, there's 90% of the internet users have an email account. So if you write good copy, you have an immediate way to communicate with the majority of people on the internet in a way that shows up right to their inbox. And the first impressions matter. 69% of people who report an email as spam is it's based on the subject line alone. So everything down to just the little subject line, those 5 to 10 words that just introduce an email have to be considerate, thoughtful, and intentional, right? Intention is the name of the game with all of this. You don't want anything in a sales email, on your sales page, or anywhere that hasn't had thought put into it. Even if the thought is just, I need to experiment with this idea, that's great, so long as it's intentional. The other thing your copy really does is it creates a clear ecosystem across all of your products, your brand, your emails, everything. It once you get in the flow of writing copy using good psychological sales and tools, but maintaining your own personal voice, once you find that balance, it's going to create an ecosystem across all of your platform. So one sales page for one course shouldn't sound like it's being written differently than a different sales page or that's written by a different person. Or your email to the sales page should use a lot of the same language and tools so that a person feels like they're all within the same brand and ecosystem. Last but not least, brevity works. So, throughout all aspects of your copy, it's important to go through the stage where you just get it out, right? The dump stage, you just get all your ideas out, put it all there, but you need to come back and edit with a very critical eye because the reality is people skim everything. And even if we build a beautiful sales page, no matter how short or how long, people are going to skim through it, and we need to write copy and structure that copy in a way that allows them to get all that information we're trying to convey to them quickly, succinctly, and in a powerful manner. So, just a little stat, pages with under 200 words have the highest average conversion rate. So, keep that in mind as we go in. Again, I encourage you get everything on paper before you get caught up with editing, right? Because it's rough when we edit while we go. We tend to limit our best potential. So get everything out, but then come back with that critical eye and see if you can target that 200 words per page for your sales page. So, a couple common copy mistakes, and we've hinted on these a little bit, but I just want to go through it. These are things you really should keep in mind to avoid. Focusing on features, right? Long lists and paragraphs outlining every feature of your product. A feature is simply anything your product contains. So, back to that analogy with a Ferrari or with a Tesla, it's the big screen, it's the size of the wheels, it's the horsepower of the engine. These are all features for your course. It might be how many hours of video, how many additional resources, whether there's a community or not. All of those things that make up the features of your product. However, people don't really care. That's the blunt, honest truth. People don't care about the features. If I like the size of the Ferrari's wheels, it's because it makes me think if I buy that car, I'm going to be the kind of person who has wheels that size on a car, which to me conjures up a certain kind of person that if I buy that car, I want to be. Right. Same with the Tesla. It's like if the big screen, yes, all those features are cool, but it's really cool because when friends get in the car or see the car, they're gonna they're gonna be like, wow, this guy is the kind of guy who has a car with a flat screen TV in it. Right? No feature on its own, unless paired with a benefit or a clear direction of transformation, holds any power. So keep that in mind. Features are a great place to start for yourself. What are the features? But you're going to need to pair those with benefits and get to the emotional root of why those features even exist. Another mistake people make is just being too professional. And I guarantee this is going to happen to you. It's happened to me. It's happened to tons of creators I've worked with. When you're just starting to learn about all these copywriting tricks and tools and the psychology and the ethics and all of these many elements, it's easy to get carried away and start sounding like someone else or sound super professional. It's also coming from the era of the 90s and the early 2000s where professional was the name of the game. Every business needed to be professional. We're out of that now. People want highly potent information that transforms their life from real people and real brands. You can see it all around you. All the major brands have changed the way they talk to people. It's more conversational. You don't need to adhere 100% to grammar. It's better for your copy to sound like you're speaking it to someone than for it to sound like it was written by a lawyer. It's just what works. And I'll say there are specific situations if you're selling a class about legal stuff or where people need certificates or are getting certificates, it may be appropriate to be professional or to list features, things like that. But in most cases, even if you do those things, you still want to keep in mind that they should be used sparingly and appropriately. Another thing, and we kind of talked about this, is just being afraid to sell, avoiding asking people to buy your product out of the fear to sound salesy, right? At the root of sales, all we are doing is exchanging value we have, our course, our product, our service, in exchange for value someone else has, money or an email address or their input, their testimonial, their time. All of these things are valuable to us as creators, and we're just exchanging that. And the process of selling is simply communicating well the value you have and why you're asking for the value that person has in exchange. That's it. That's it. It doesn't have to be weird. It doesn't have to be aggressive. It doesn't have to feel salesy. It's just a game of communication and efficiency of language, right? The economy of words. How do we make language work to our advantage and communicate in the easiest, most obvious to understand way the value we're offering, so it's easy for our customer to say, yep, that's me, I want it, right? That's it. And the last thing is just watch out for imposter syndrome. It creeps up in every aspect of our business, whether it's our sales page or our content. Especially the better and better you do. I've talked to this of creators of every size. The better and better you do, the more success you have, the more imposter syndrome is sitting on your back saying, you don't deserve it. You're not the right person. You don't own this. This isn't for you. Just watch it. There's times when it's valuable to humble yourself and make sure you're not getting carried away, but in most cases it's limiting you from your full potential. All that said, like I said, we're talking about transformational based copy, right? Everything we do on our sales page should indicate a benefit a benefit of a feature, if we're having the features, but a benefit the person is going to get out, and how that benefit helps them on their road to achieve their goal, the transformation. We're always going to have to ask ourselves, who is someone before they encounter a product? What are the problems they have, right? What are the problems they struggle with? Who do they want to be? What would their life be like if they didn't have to struggle with these problems, if they were a master of that skill? And how does our product get them to that place? We ask ourselves this question every time, whether it's about a single word choice, the structure of our sales page. We have to keep those questions in mind. And the reason this is so powerful is that it sources and communicates the problem first and foremost. So, to build trust with your audience, you need to first and foremost communicate and convince the person that you understand vividly the problem they have. And not only that you understand the problem, but that you understand the emotional attachment they have to that problem. I have some problems in my life that bug me a little bit when my shoelace just won't tie or, and all these little problems. But the ones that I really will pay money to fix, I have an emotional attachment to. There's a deep emotional reason why I want to fix that problem, whether it's who I want to be or how that negatively impacts my life or how it could positively affect my life if I didn't have that problem. Right. And the other thing is when you get in the hang of this, not only is it going to help you sell your products, but it's going to help you build better products because it inspires real solutions. When you're in this mindset where you're truly digging into what problems does your audience face? What's their emotional attachment? And how do my existing products or are my future products going to help them overcome those problems and become the person they want to be? You're going to start building and refining your products to do that. And the more you do that, the more your products will actually achieve those transformations and be powerful, impactful products. It's one of my favorite things about this industry, about knowledge-based products, is at the core of it, we're in the most ethically beautiful industry I think exists. It's borderline philanthropic in its effort, which is just that I know something, I want you to know something, and it costs about this much for me to make it for you, right? That's the root of it, and it's powerful. And the last thing is because of all of those elements, it holds you accountable. You are making sincere promises. When you're really using transformational based copy, you're not saying maybe this will do this for you. You are saying, I promise you the value I am committing to is here in this product. And if you use it right, you can get this transformation. So it inspires you to deliver on those promises and create stellar products because you have to make those promises and you want to make them come true, right? So this is all of the power that comes with starting to think this way about transformation and benefits. So let's take a look at how this actually works in the wild. If you've built a sales page, and likely as a creator, you've at least started playing around with it, you've probably started with writing down features, right? And I've been saying how no one buys features. Well, I want to give you some tools. So if you already have features that you're, presenting in your course, hop in the comments and let me know what's a feature that one of your product has. And maybe we can take it and break it down, find the emotional root and turn it into a benefit. I'm really curious. Hop in the comments, call out a feature your product has, a feature, a blind feature, and let's see if we can transform it here today in this event. So I'll take one from one of my courses I'm building. I work in audio production and music production. I'm building courses on music production. And I started with this feature. There's 20 hours of hands-on instructional videos walking you through step-by-step producing your own song. That's a feature. There's 20 hours of video that teach you how to produce your own song. Cool. Why do we care? Right? So we have to get, and this is great, Amy. I'm going to come around to you. You're taking the leap. I appreciate it, but we're going to do this with you too. So, why is this there? Well, I want to communicate to the student, right? We're all about communication. I want to communicate that this course provides clear, actionable, and relevant instructions for anyone learning how to produce their music. That's what I'm trying to communicate. But what's actually in it for the customer? Let's go one level deeper. Well, it allows for focused learning. So you don't have to be scattered or wondering what to learn without having to scour YouTube for bits and pieces of potentially relevant information, right? I've been through this transformation. I learned everything I knew the hard way. Decades and decades of learning from a variety of resources and mentors and practice and having a business, but I want to create a resource that teaches you all of this information in one place. So you don't have to be piecemealing it all together. So let's take we had a feature, we had, determined why it's there, what we want to communicate, and then we said, okay, what's in it for the customer? Now we get to the emotional route. How do we communicate this as a benefit to our potential customer? We say, stop wasting time searching for the tools you need and start focusing on bringing your musical genius to life. Right? Isn't it so simple and elegant? We don't even need to mention all the many hours of videos because nobody cares. If anything, they don't want all of those hours of videos. They want to get there as quickly as possible. So we need to highlight that everything in this course, everything they need is there for them to stop wasting time searching for the tools and start focusing on the thing they want to do, which is make good music, right? So hop in the comments if this is vibing with you. So Amy, you're gonna have to work with me here, and I know there is a little bit of a delay in the comments, so we might have to move on and keep coming back to this. But I want to do this with you. So, Amy, let's do this. Your course has quizzes. My question to you: why are the quizzes there? And I want you to answer these questions in the comments, Amy. You took the leap to call it out. I appreciate it, but let's work through it. So, Amy, work through this exact process in the comments. Why are the quizzes there? What's in it for the customer? What about these quizzes helps the customer? And now turn that into an emotional route. It doesn't even have to mention the quizzes, but follow. Okay, so we're getting closer to help people cement their knowledge. Cool. That's why it's there. What's in it for the customer? From the customer's perspective, why would they want to do that? I could give like maybe it's difficult to retain all of this information depending on what you're teaching. Maybe a lot of online courses don't actually let students leave with all the tools they need if it's a really heady topic. So you're innovating by using quizzes to do that. What's in it for the customer? And then they're fun and short. They're fun and short, but to what benefit? Things being fun and short are nice, but why is that great? Because it's an efficient way to retain information. Because, right? Let's keep digging a little deeper. And Amy, I know I'm grinding your gears here, but let's keep digging a little deeper. They're fun and short, so it's a fun and Amy's come to this. I like quizzes and assume that others do too. Okay, so Amy, I'm gonna take it out of just grilling you here and use it as an example. Say my course had quizzes. I wanted to communicate the value of that, right? We know they're fun, they're short, and they're an effective way to retain information. So we're starting with the feature. This is great. Okay, it will help a student feel more accomplished, right? Because they've retained the information. And it's kind of joshing with you, Joan. I'm joshing with you too, Amy, but this is really valuable. So I just want to do this quick before we move on. So you have quizzes in your course. The why it's there is to help students retain information in a fun and valuable way. What's in it for the student is that they can retain the information they learn within the course so they don't have to come back time and time again in a fun and effective way without doing a bunch of like example problems or stuff like that. So the emotional route could be something like uh take everything you need away from this course with a fun and efficient format for retaining information available in insert your course name here. Something like that. You see what I mean? How do we turn this into a benefit? Amy, thank you for participating. That was a blast, and I hope you all dive into this and use these elements. It's tricky to really turn a feature into a benefit, but targeting the emotional route will get you there. And real quick, want to answer this question. Yes, there is a replay available. It'll be on the Spotlight by Teachable YouTube channel. It'll be on spotlightapp.io and emailed to you along with additional resources if you signed up for the event. All that said, let's keep going. So, once again, how do we take individual features and turn them into benefits? We're now more accustomed. We're targeting the emotional route. Let's look at it a little more one to one. So, on the left, we have some feature based copy from my course. And on the right, we've turned it into transformational benefit based copy. So, look at how much this can change because by the end, we're not even mentioning the actual features. So, let's go one to one. On the left, we have access over 100 hours of instructional videos. That's a feature. On the right, let's turn it into a benefit. An industry. Well, let's back up a little. So here's why I'm promising I'll do it one all the way through. When you enroll in this course, you'll get access to 100 hours of instructional videos, weekly live Zoom sessions with your instructor, over 80 downloadable worksheets and templates, access to a community of other students. Now let's turn all of those into benefits and transformational based copy. So rather than saying when you enroll in this course, you'll get, let's focus on who the person is going to be. When you're a member of the Become Your Own Producer, you become, right? When you're a member of this community, you become an industry ready producer with all the tools you need at your disposal. That's the 100 hours of instructional videos. A valued member of a thriving community with the opportunity to bounce ideas off of like minded producers. That's the weekly Zoom sessions with your instructors. A master of your industry with in depth knowledge of every aspect of the music production business. That's those 80 downloadable worksheets and templates. You're a master now. You have all the tools you need, right? And a thriving collaborator with a network of equally driven musicians and producers. That's the access to the community. You see what we're doing here? Hop in the comments, give me a thumbs up. Let me know if you're getting this, if you're starting to get the vibe. We don't even need to mention an actual feature to call out what the benefit is and how it's going to transform that person into the person they want to be. So now we're getting into the fun part. Now, call out again. This formula with all the examples lives in the description. You can download it 100% for free, have it on your desktop, put it side by side when you're building your sales page, or if you want to audit your sales page. Everything we're doing from here on out is available in a free downloadable PDF you can have on hand whenever you need it. So when it comes to your sales page, we use this attitude and this approach, the transformation, the benefits focused copy, and we arrange it in a psychologically driven format. So regardless of if someone's interested in your course or if they happen to stumble upon it from one of your other avenues or from someone who recommends it, in most cases, you have barely any time to capture someone's attention, turn their attention into interest, build trust, and get them to buy. And there have been endless studies done. There have been thousands of creators who have tested this. And a lot of this comes from a fantastic creator called Kendrick Shope. She has a program called the Authentic Selling University. If you're really invested in learning how to sell products, digital or physical, I highly recommend checking her out. Kendrick Shope. And she is really, really poignant with this. And this is my own version, but a lot of it I got to call out comes from her. It's worthy of mentioning. She is a master of this stuff. So I want to get a few questions coming in. CS Renewal is saying, I think I'm getting it. You're saying to the customer, here's who you will be after buying, then here's what you'll get. Is that right? Yes. Yes. Right. Here's who you'll be after you get this product, and here's how this product gets you there. That's what we're communicating. Here's who you be is the transformation, and how it gets you there are the benefits, right? That's how we think about these things. So your sales page should be constructed literally like this. Not kind of, not figuratively. You can add some other stuff, but literally like this. Because at the end of the day, a confused customer doesn't buy. And so this formula, this system works to make sure that all along the process, it's clear that you know the problem they face, you know their emotional attachment to that problem, you've built a product that can solve it for them, and they trust you by the end of your sales page to know that, yes, this is the product that will help them achieve that transformation. So you start with attention, and this is in a paragraph form. Doesn't have to be a literal paragraph, but a sentence format. It can show up on your main page. I'm going to go after this and show you Kendrick Shope's sales page so we can point out these things. Um, well, should we do this back to back? Yeah, let's do this back to back. We're going to jump back and forth and do this. And her current sales page isn't one to one with this, but I think it's so powerful to see how this actually works. So, first thing is the attention paragraph. And you're going to say some version of I work with, insert your audience here, whose problem is the problem you're solving with this product. Together, we will work together. We will conquer this problem, right? The benefits, we're going to achieve these benefits so that now they can become the transformation you're promising. So if we take a look at Kendrick Shope's sales page, I'll go to the top here. You can see, does your business suffer from marketing dysfunction? She's right into it, right? And then she gets in with the questions. So she serves this as her opening attention grabbing paragraph or phrase, right? So that's where I'm saying it doesn't have to be a literal paragraph, but you can either use the exact template I'm giving you or something like it. Does your business suffer from marketing dysfunction? And that's her tagline used for Authentic Right Sales University. So you're making clear in that one sentence, she said she works with businesses who are dysfunctional in their sales. That is incredibly powerful that she's put that in one sentence, right? So in that paragraph format, the next is interest. And this is where sales psychology says you have 8 seconds to take someone's attention and turn it into genuine interest. And you can do this using yes or no questions. And this is so clever because sales psychology says that it takes 7 to 10 agreements or contacts, points of agreement between you and a customer for them to trust you. Well, it also says that you can't not answer a yes or no question if you read it. Anyone who reads a yes or no question will answer it in their head. So you can create these 7 to 10 points of connection with a bulleted list of questions that address the pain points of your customer. So once again, let's take a look at Kendrick Shope's page here. So how this actually works. So have you launched your course and been disappointed with the results? Yes or no? You're going to answer in your head. Wonder why your sales page isn't converting? Yes or no? You're going to answer in your head. Is your time and brilliance being wasted giving everything away for free? Yes or no? You're going to answer in your head. Are you beginning to wonder if you're focusing on all the wrong things? Right? You see what she's doing here? Is your lack of sales keeping you stuck? She is targeting the pain points. She clearly is communicating that she understands the problem you're facing, the questions you've asked yourselves. And in those 7 questions, she's built an immense amount of trust with you by just making clear she understands the predicament you're in, right? And then at the bottom, if you answered yes to even one of these questions above, there's a good chance your business is suffering from marketing dysfunction. So she calls it out. Very clever, right? The next point is communicating the transformation. So we can do this in a few ways, but ultimately we're going to be We're going to be communicating we can take each pain point and address it in an imagine statement. So imagine if you didn't have sales dysfunction, right? Or imagine if you didn't have to search YouTube to find all this information. Imagine if you could sit down at your computer and easily produce quality songs and music, right? All of these things, you address each pain point in a clear imagine statement. So now you're structuring the transformation in a series of bullet points, addressing each pain point with imagine what it would be like if you didn't have to deal with that transformation. I'm going to give some examples in a second, but I want to just keep going here. I'll drop Kendrick Shope's sales page in the comments. It's a great example of what to do. She has a highly developed marketing mechanism, but we're going to keep going just in this document just for time's sake here, so we don't have to analyze every little difference she does. So transformation, you're making clear you've captured the attention, you've captured their interest, building trust through understanding the problem and the pain points they suffer. You've made clear that you understand the person they want to become by addressing those pain points in an imagine situation. Imagine what it would be like if you went through this transformation. Next is trust. So we've already built enough trust that they've gotten to this point. Now we need to solidify that we and this product, we are as a business and this product is the right person to rely on. And we start this off with, again, a paragraph form or a sentence saying, if you're anything like me, you struggled with the problem. You've dealt with this issue. You've been looking for resources to help you tackle this problem, right? Because any of us, if we build these products, we've likely been through this transformation already before. So if you're anything like me, you've been through this before. That's why I created your school, right? Your course or your class or your academy. That's why you created this, so that we can tackle that problem and make more, more fantastic music producers, more fantastic painters, more fantastic more fantastic empathetic people, right? Reiterating the transformation. I will say, for most sales pages that I see that are suffering, it is because they build an entire sales page around this one section, the trust. This trust portion is also where you can put testimonials. You can bolster it up a little bit with a bio. This can be a little bit longer because this is, depending on what you're selling, depending on the industry, it takes different levels of trust for a student to be confident that you are the person that they want to buy this product from. So if you have testimonials, video testimonials, especially, if you have any additional credentials that make you a valuable person to teach this, this is where they go in the trust part. So you may already have an entire sales page that is built just for trust. That's great. Make sure to go back and put the attention, interest, and transformation parts above it, and then audit, see if you can trim down this trust point to be poignant and as brief as possible to communicate the same information. But the trust section is where you can get a little more creative. You can put expandable boxes if you want to have your bio there, but don't want someone to have to scroll past the whole thing, right? So again, I'll give examples in a minute here. And then the last thing, which can be scattered throughout your page, you can have the buy now buttons here and there, but you want at the end a formal investment CTA. Call to action. You are formally asking your potential student to take the leap. And you can do this with this formula. Stop procrastinating with whatever their problem is and get started becoming that person that they want to be with the Become Your Own Producer course, right? Or whatever your product is you're offering, whether it's coaching, services, downloads, or a course. This is the part where you say, take the leap, invest your time, invest your money, and if you do that with me, we'll make you that person you want to be. So let's dig in. I want to make sure we only got a few 15 more minutes here. I want to make sure to give you some actionable examples here. We already did some level looking at Kendrick's page, but once again, right, that attention. I work with blank, whose problem is blank. Together we blank. So now they can blank. And I've just conjured up a few industries that might be relevant here. This was actually from a past event. Someone was building a course to help recently divorced moms get their finances in order. I thought that was an awesome course. So I work with newly divorced moms whose problem is reorganizing their finances. Together, we build them a platform for financial freedom so now they can live financially worry-free and independent. Right? Right? We understand the problem is reorganizing the finances and the goal is to live financially worry-free and independent. Another example, I work with content creators whose problem is establishing their brand. Together, we design a clear strategy for success so now they can grow their business with ease. You see how easy this can be? It takes work and you're going to refine and keep working on it, but it can be insert the blanks to get started here. I work with beginning painters whose problem is finding an affordable teacher. Together, we help you grow your creative toolbox so now they can unlock all their creative genius on canvas. Right? So I dare you to hop in the comments and do this for your own business here live. I'll help you refine it. Here, if you hop in the comments and drop in your own attention grabbing statement, we can all help you refine it here live so you can leave with an actual attention grabbing statement. But it's this simple. I work with blank, whose problem is blank. Together we blank. So now they can blank. Do it. I dare you. Next, let's take a look at the interest, right? Same sort of thing. We're addressing all the pain points. Have you ever felt like blank? Do you struggle with the problem? Are you tired of dealing with the problem? Do you ever want to not deal with the problem? Have you ever thought what life would be like without the problem? Have you ever tried tackling the problem with no success? Are you ready to be rid of this problem, right? And just put in context some examples. Have you ever felt like you're overwhelmed? Do you struggle keeping track of your finances? Are you tired of feeling lost when it comes to money? Do you want to throw it all away and give up? Have you ever thought this just isn't worth it? Have you ever tried to manage your money but failed? Are you ready to be in control of your financial health? Right? For another industry, just again to give you context here. Have you ever felt like you're destined for more? Do you struggle finding time to pursue your dream? Are you tired of feeling creatively stunted? Do you want to feel confident with a brush? Have you ever thought, I'm a born painter? Have you ever tried painting but just don't know where to start? Are you ready to unlock your creativity on canvas? Right? Hop in the comments. Let me know. You see what's happening here? You see what's going? Next, we get to the transformation. Now we're going to address those pain points with imagine statements, right? Imagine what your life could be like. Imagine what your business could be like when the transformation is achieved. So imagine feeling financially stable. Imagine what you could focus on if money wasn't an issue. Imagine raising your kids to feel financially literate. Imagine what your life could be like when you know exactly how your money is managed and can focus on your attention on the things you love. Right? Imagine statements. Again, for another industry, for a content creator, maybe. Imagine if you never had to wonder what to post. Imagine if you could spend time creating and not managing your inbox. Imagine what your life could be like when you have a thriving business that captures new clients on its own. Imagine having the time and money to do whatever you want whenever you want, right? Next, we get to trust. If you're anything like me, you blank. That's why I created blank so that now we can blank. If you're anything like me, you've wanted to be a painter your whole life but struggled to find the resources to learn when you simply couldn't afford to going to college. That's why I created the Learn to Paint with Me Academy so that all the young and aspiring painters in the world no longer have to choose their art over crippling debt and can follow their dreams to create on canvas in only a matter of days, right? You see how this can sound natural, this can sound powerful, and it can sound authentic. And these templates just simply work. Once again, just for context, if you're anything like me, you've always wanted to own your own business, work on your own terms and for yourself. That's why I created the make money making content school, right? Filled with all the systems and tools you need to build a thriving online business. Together, we can develop a brand that's true to your dreams and built to succeed. Y'all getting this? You getting the vibe? And then, once again, right, this is where you can put those testimonials, right? All that valuable information that proves the trust that other people trust you, that it's worked for other people. Over 300 students happily enrolled, over 500 successful new painters, right? Over 60 independent businesses started. You can use this kind of language. So I see you all dropping your sales statements in there. We're gonna come into it in just a second here. I want to get through this logical train. And last, your investment CTA, right? Stop procrastinating with blank and get started becoming blank with blank. And again, I want to remind you to be flexible and adapt this to your brand. Try a bunch of different ways, refine over time. You'll get better and better at this. So stop procrastinating with your goal to have control over your finances and start becoming a money smart mom with gain your financial freedom for newly divorced mothers. Boom. Powerful one sentence CTA. Stop waiting to harness your innate talent as a painter and start your journey to master the canvas with Learn to Paint with Me Academy. Boom, right? So simple, so succinct, so brief, and so clear. And then if you need a little more, there's simply no reason to wait. You have the drive, you have the brains, you just need a little guidance and the right strategy to succeed. I wish I had started with my own content business years ago, and now is your chance to capture your dream of being an online business owner. Take the leap and join all the successful business owners in the Make Money Marketing Content School. Right? So I want to give you some examples of how this can play out in different formats. Some people's voices are going to be a little different. And again, it's important to be authentic. All right. That is everything for today. I want to get to a couple people. There's some questions, and some people were starting to drop in their own attention grabbing statements. So, start with a question. This is coming from Megan Douglas. If your sales page is only 200 words, surely that's because your readers are already familiar. That know, like, trust, fulfillment that you've cultivated with lead magnets. Yes. Yes. So Megan makes a great point here. In general, your sales page is likely not the first time someone stumbled across your products. And if you want to have a native open, like just a SEO constructed sales page, have two sales pages. Have one that you send people who have already engaged with your business and products, and have another one that's available just to the public where anyone can stumble on it. That could be longer, that could work harder on building the trust and all of that. This is an excellent point, though. Your sales page should not be the first interaction someone has with your business. They should have gotten in with a lead magnet, right? You gave them something of value for free in exchange for their email. Then you maybe gave them something else for free in exchange for like their attention and their opinion, right? We have to work to build trust a long time ahead of the game before we ever get someone to our sales page. And that's where our sales page should be that last point, just to reaffirm that, yes, this is the product for them. Megan, excellent point. I appreciate that so much. CS Renewal is saying, I work with people of faith who seek healing through prayer. Together, we can make our prayers more effective and find healing so we can now live our prayers and be a healing presence wherever we go. Beautiful. I love this. This is so good. Okay, and Molly Peoples is saying, the problem I'm trying to solve is one that my client may not know it's a problem till years in the future when it's too late. How do I convince them to take time now proactively? So, Molly, there's a few ways. One is to kind of call that out right. So, find if you can start by finding the ways that that future problem might already be rearing its head. So saying, are you someone who does this? Diagnosing, we're not doctors here, right? But diagnosing the symptoms or the habits that may already exist that are likely going to lead to that problem down the road. So using those questions to say, is this you? Does this sound like you? you might have this problem in the future. And here's why, because I know that people have this problem down the road. So that's on your sales page. That's one approach. But the other thing you're going to have to do is you're going to have to spend more time with your lead magnets, with your newsletters, with all of the free value and trust you build ahead of getting someone to your sales page to make it clear to that person that this is a problem they're going to have down the road, right? So that is a very real situation that some people may not realize they're having that problem until it's too late. So you have to make sure that you are building educational lead magnets and products, and that everything you do publicly is putting out the message of how people can diagnose if this is a problem they're going to have later on. And then your sales comes in to say, avoid having that problem I've now taught you you will have with my products, right? So great question, Molly, and that is very unique. And then Molly, you might appeal to their emotions and doubts. CS Rio is great, yes, without being, aggressive or slimy about it. You can appeal to their emotional attachment. So maybe if the problem down the road is going to take abilities or aspects of their life away, you can appeal to their emotional attachment to those things and then show how that future problem is going to impede on their ability to continue enjoying those aspects of their life. Amy is saying, my spiel, stop avoiding social media and start becoming a small business owner who uses social media to make connections, find partners, and discover inspiration for your work. Boom. That is a great CTA. Molly, I'm glad that resonated with you. All right, folks, I'll hang for just a couple more minutes and I have a couple more things to say, but we are wrapping up here. So if you have any more questions, pop them in the comments. Also, let me know if today was helpful. I'll call out once again that everything from this event, if you need a refresher, if you want to have all of these tools on hand, it's linked in the description. It says download Spotlight sale page formula. You click that link and you can download this PDF completely for free. It's a resource we want to make available for you. And when you're ready to build your sales page, Teachable is here for you. You can get started completely for free with Teachable. That's a free account. It's not a trial period. It's 100% free. There's creators who have been selling courses on a free account for years. You can build everything you need and get familiar with the platform totally with Teachable. And you can build full websites, sales page, home pages, all of the things you need to represent your course, show off your brand, and build a beautiful business are available on Teachable. And you can start with all of those tools for free. The link is in the description to get started. If nothing else, start a free account, start playing around so that when it is time to integrate your products into Teachable, you're not having to learn the whole platform at the same time as making sure that your sales page and your course and all of those things are refined and optimized to get your students to have the best experience. So hop in there, start building your sales page, use it as a playground. And if you need any help getting started, we at Spotlight built a course just for you. It's a free mini course. It's called Establish Your Internet Home Base on Teachable. It's also linked in the description, and it shows you how to build a beautiful home page that represents your brand and your business with a lead capture form so you can start capturing emails even if you're not selling courses yet. You can promise newsletters, offer your lead magnets, all of those things with a beautiful homepage from Teachable. That's all available in the description as well. Make sure to check that out. And last but not least, again, if you had a good time today, please like and subscribe to the Spotlight by YouTube or Spotlight by Teachable YouTube channel. We are continuing to bring events like this to you next week. And for a lot of this month, we are sitting down with various creators and brands to take all of this information that we've been teaching over the last few months and show you what it's actually like in the wild, what tools are available to help you do that. Next week, we're going to be talking to Terry Rice on how you take these skills, these tools you've built and know so well in your own life and business and turn them into an actual service based business in 30 days. So, how you can take a skill or a passion you have and make it a service you can sell to other people. And then on Wednesday, we're going to be talking to Nancy Badillo, who has built an incredibly successful business selling digital products on Etsy and then teaching others how to do that. That's going to be on Wednesday. We're going to be talking to her about all the kind of intricacies, how you get across all those challenges of working across multiple platforms, making sure your SEO is right. She is a master of all of those things. So we're going to be diving in. And then on Thursday, we're going to be talking in another event like this. I'm going to be talking about how to make sure that once you have a couple products, you build a business that makes sure to promote everything. There's a way to build a business where you can promote one product that is free or cheap, and that product can work for you promoting everything else down your train. It's called a product ladder, and we're going to be talking all about that. So if you want more information about those events, sign up for our newsletter linked in the description as well. That way you get event invites and everything right to your inbox, or set the notifications on when you subscribe to the Spotlight by Teachable YouTube channel so you get notified when those events are there. Everyone, thank you so much for joining. Hop in the comments. Let me know if this event was useful. Let me know if there's other things you're excited to learn or other challenges you need help with, whether you're watching live or the replay. Pop in the comments. And whether it's about this event or not, we love hearing what challenges you face, what things you want help with, whether they're really specific to Teachable or more broad, like email marketing or social media. We love building these events around the real challenges you face. So let us know, start the conversation. I come back and read every single one of those comments. So hop in there, start the conversation. We're here to help you. Thank you, everyone, for being here today, for diving in with me. This was really fun. I love talking about this economy of words, and I hope you leave with some actionable tools, some thoughts starting to work in your brain. Remember, the goal is to find your own voice while using all of these tools. So take your time, be intentional, be thoughtful, and don't worry too much in the long run. You will refine these things over time. Just get started, get your products out there, get feedback, and you will build a business that successfully sells your products and communicates that value. I'm sure of it. Once again, thank you, everybody. I hope you all have a wonderful day. We'll see you soon. Enjoy your weekend. Talk to you later.